Okay, so now we're going to attempt the more advanced one. And if you're looking at the code, it's definitely a lot different. The more advanced one is it's doing its normal run through. So it's green for 5, yellow for 1, red for 5. Green for 5, yellow for 1, red for 5. Now, as I explained before, the advanced one is if an emergency vehicle has to go through, then everybody else needs to have a red light on the like going across the other way so that let's say the ambulance can just rush right through. So these are now something called if statements. These statements start getting a little complicated because you need to put brackets everywhere. There's got to be brackets in a lot of places, as you can see. It's also if statements are telling two different stories. So the bottom, pretty much what you did is in motor and sensor setup, you added a bump switch. So now in the Cortex, I have a bump switch now. It's like right below the lights. And that's like the emergency switch that you need. So the way that I could probably show you this too. When you go to debug, you might notice that right now it says the green light is on, which it is. But notice as I click the bump switch in, it goes to 1, and I unclick it and it goes to 0. So click in and it says 1, unclick and it goes 0. So digital things, they only have two values. 0 means off, 1 means on. So your if statement that we write says if the sensor value of the bump switch is equal to 0. I know it's weird I put two equal signs, but you kind of have to do that with coding. If the sensor value of the bump switch is 0, then you do the normal code. But then it says if the sensor value of the bump switch is 1, then you turn the red on, the green off, the yellow off, and you wait 10 seconds. And as long as it's held, it'll stay red. So that's now an if statement. So I started the code, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to lift it up to you. Let's see. So we got green, bump switch here, yellow, red. Should go back, and you might notice that it's only looking at that code on the bottom. So green, yellow, red. It's just going to keep doing this. But now I'm going to click. So now it's still on green, yellow, red. But now it's going to stay stuck on red. So I guess the one kind of flaw of this is it doesn't go right to red, but at the same time, that's really dangerous. You don't want people to be driving, hey, it's green, 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 red, and then everyone's stopping, and it's almost nice that, if you know that you're going through a street light in a quarter mile and you hit that, then it'll naturally go, okay, now it's going to go into yellow, and then it goes red, but it stays red. So that'll force everybody to stay stopped while the emergency vehicle goes through. And then you let go of it, and it should kind of, once the timing runs out, because it did say that it has to wait for 10 seconds, now you see it's going to start cycling back. So that's called an if statement. Those get really important when you actually want your Cortex to kind of do some thinking, or you want it to accomplish more than one just like loop task. Okay, thanks for watching.